Hey everybody, my name's Ed. Okay, I'm gonna do a comic book haul, but before we get to it, I guess the big leak or the big news, the big comic book news is there was some information that was leaked to the Bleeding Cool website, and the takeaway that a lot of people get from it is that supposedly Marvel is going to go back to their classic characters, and there's going to be a less emphasis on politics. And I I don't know. I mean, of course they were going to go back to their classic characters. They always were going to. That's just what they do. I mean, it's the same thing with DC Rebirth. You know, they do these continuity reboots, and then they do another one to fix that stuff. You know, they do Crisis on Infinite Earths, then they do Zero Hour to fix the what they messed up in between. You know, they do Infinite Crises and they bring back the multiverse. They do Blackest Day, Brightest Night, bring back some old characters and kind of um, tighten that sort of thing up. And so they do New 52, and now they're doing reboots. Okay, it, I really don't see that as some sort of and I'm not even putting down the comics or anything. That's just what they do. They kill characters off. They replace characters. They bring the most popular, the characters that are most popular. They bring them back. Those replacement characters, if they have a following, they stick around for a while. As in their own comic or whatever. It's seriously, it's been going on for decades, and yeah. Okay. Anyway, comic books that I bought. Oh, alcohol for this week is Steel Reserve Blackberry. Ah, flavored malt liquor. Okay. Okay, so what I got this week was I got this because here's an event coming up. This one isn't from Marvel or DC. This is an event coming from Valiant, I guess. Or it's not really an event, but it's the big thing for Exo Man of War, I guess. Brave New World. All right. I don't know. I don't normally read this comic, but I might check it out. I don't know. Okay, so what I got? I got Motor Girl 3. Been enjoying it so far. Um, that's all I can say about it. I'm really behind on my comics. I haven't been able to read a lot of stuff just because I've had family things to catch up with and stuff like that. And now it's my first day back in town, and tomorrow I'm going back to work. So maybe if I'm lucky, I might have time to read at least some of these comic books on Sunday or whatever. But we'll see. Paper Girls number 11, Moonshine number 5, Superwoman number 7. And that's another thing. People are talking about, oh yeah, rebirth is about, going back to the status quo. Somewhat yeah, somewhat no. They're really just bringing back some of that old continuity pre-Flashpoint. But what's going on in the Superman comics right now? Lois Lane is dead. Lana Lane is Superwoman. There's a Chinese Superman flying around. Lex Luthor is Superman. And the normal heroic Superman, all the other characters are kind of looking at him sideways because they're not sure if he's the 52 guy, if he's the pre-crisis guy, if he's the post-crisis guy. So, you know, and over in Wonder Woman, they're retelling the origin for like the 50th time or whatever. I'm not putting it down or anything. I'm just saying this is just, the cycle coming back around yet again. So, Justice League of America, number 1. Uh, so it's Joe Orlando, and I liked his writing on Midnighter and Midnighter Apollo, which I didn't get this week because they were sold out. But I'll get it again next week. But yeah, based on that, and I like Ivan Reyes's art, or Reyes. I don't know how to say his name. Rice, Ruby D. But I thought I'd give this a try. Dead Man, Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love. This is the third issue of a three-part miniseries, prestige format. Been enjoying it so far. Um, Not great, but interesting. Really interesting. There's another comic that has, LGBT representation in it, and that was another weird thing I always thought, where it's like people are like, I'm tired of this political correctness. I'm gonna go read at Marvel, so I'm gonna go read DC. So you're gonna go read DC comics where, actually historically up until the last couple of years, they had even more comics with women and gay people in the lead. I don't know. Whatever. Cyborg number 9. I'm gonna jump off at this point. I think I've talked about it before. I liked how they've tried to fix the character, giving him a supporting cast, giving him villains and things like that. But the actual execution is just a little bit too bland for me. So this will be my last issue of Cyborg, and then I'm gonna move on. Uh, Man Thor again. Thor's already back. Okay, but of course he was going to come back. He came back after Beta Ray Bill took his place. He came back after Eric Masterson took his place. He comes back after Jane Thor took his place. Anyway, I really enjoy it. If you like Man Thor, you'll probably like this comic. Just fun stuff, chock full of long-haired Viking masculinity. Okay. Uh, Karnak. This comic book has been way late. I don't know if it's because of Warren Ellis or if it's because of the artist. The artist is Roland Boshi. And the thing is, Ellis has had late comics before, and a lot of times he gets his scripts done, but the artists a lot of times have other obligations, so they fall behind. But I'm almost, I don't want to say I've totally forgotten, but it's so late in the gaps, it's hard to remember exactly where we left off of in this story. It's probably taken a year to tell this six issue tale here. But it has been interesting so far. So okay, Jessica Jones number 5. I got this variant cover because the variant is by. Let's see if it says. It's by Jay Fosgit. Can you say that name? Fosgit? Fosgit? I just got it because even though I like David Mack and I think all of his covers are pretty good, they're starting to seem the same, if that makes any sense. So yeah. Black Widow number 11. This comic book is going to be ending with issue 12. And I have no doubt in my mind they'll probably relaunch it yet again because, yet again, it's just something they do in comics now. You go up to 12 issues or 13 issues or whatever, and then you get rebooted again. Comics, everybody. Bullseye, number 1. Not for kids. And Champions, number 5. And Girl Hawkeye, number 3. I kind of like these covers. These covers are painted. They look like old, kind of like paperback thrillers from like the 60s or something like that. Okay, so that's it. I got to thank everybody for watching this video. You guys all have a good day.